The thing that things?
Yeah, you know, the thing with the stuff and the place and the time. Yeah.
Yes, I do know.
Yeah.
So,
We are back with another Black Aurora. I hope everyone is doing well.
The thing.
The thing.
I believe so.
Thingy thing.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
I vaguely remember being terrorized by YouTube ads at 3 a.m. by the thing when I was a kid.
Oh, you mean like that, the thing?
Yeah.
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 Did you?
What other the thing were you thinking of? You know what? Maybe I shouldn't answer that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's
not that. I wasn't thinking of. All right, you know, I'm not. My mind isn't always there, guys.
It's just
You
there
tell-
95% of the time.
You're telling me for once Tenkanos wasn't thinking with his thingaling?
All right, well, we had a really good stream, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for laughing at that, Mira. I appreciate
Honestly,
that.
Joey, I wasn't laughing at your initial joke. I was laughing at your
Damn it.
Life is pain.
Yes, it is.
Fucking men, brother.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's okay, Joey. We have some prime escapism for you tonight.
God bless.
Who doesn't love some escapism?
Yeah.
that's what D&D is
Where
for,
we go
baby.
Where we go into a world with other problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
where
like
my character is cursed to hell and back.
But the difference is we can
You
fix
don't have
these-
lycanthropy yet.
We can fix these problems.
Excellent.
We have power here.
Do we though? Do we?
More power than real life. Sometimes.
Fair.
Very fair.
In this
honestly.
universe, I can say I'm taking a long rest and then I get 8 hours of sleep.
Damn. That's the real superpower. Actually getting
Is that
sleep.
a magic
Actually
that we
getting
don't
rest.
have
Yeah,
here?
true.
Wow. Huh.
Oh, man.
Just some lighthearted fun over here.
Yep. Well, I'm live. I'm on my little breakout thing whenever DM is ready.
All right. I got the last of my notes pulled up.
Yep, I got my poorly written character notes.
Yeehaw.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, that's why I have to have my notes pulled up because you just asked me about it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's why I have them the feet.
Uh-huh. Just
Yeah,
wait
you
till
should
Ayaki
you
takes
should
it.
still remember some of yours, sir.
I remember.
If you wanted to
mine.
remember stuff, he wouldn't have taken the feat.
Just
No,
wait till
it's-
Ayaki takes it. Then
It's...
I get to do the same thing.
All right, guys.
Ready
On
to take
on an
it?
on an unrelated note, you're not getting any more level ups in.
I was so close to getting a feat. God damn it.
Man.
I don't, sadly. I don't, because I'm a level behind because of multi-classing.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Multi-classing.
Well, who multi-classes?
I love multi-classing. So good.
Multi-class is good.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, let me bring it. Sorry.
Mhm.
Freaking get pinged on Discord. I was like, where is this coming from? I was trying to bring up the D&D memes channel because it's really funny to listen at while you guys are doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway. All right, let me go to my 5. Boop, boop. All right. Last session, y'all kicked the crap out of the werewolf leader.
And then.
Wow, you'd already done the den beforehand. But you guys went up against the werewolves. Ended up killing all those that were in the den and retrieving the tome, one of the 3 artifacts you were fated to get in your quest to defeat Strahd. You also managed to rescue a couple of different groups. So the first groups were children and a couple of werewolf and her lover. And by agreeing to work with another werewolf to rescue her own lover and partner, the previous leader of the werewolves that Mikael knew. And then upon killing Kirill, you guys rescued another 3 Barovian children and decided to take them back to Kresk, see if you could return them to safety, or what amounts to safety in these lands. And you guys all kind of sat down for the night. And you guys were getting ready to decide what to do next.
Just as a side thing, I did not pick up on the fact that the previous leader and the woman that agreed to help us, I did not pick up on the fact that they were lovers.
You're not
Was
called
that
them mates.
Yeah,
I mean, they were mates. That's
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were mates? Did
They're
I
together
miss
if they're
that?
mates.
I
Yeah.
missed that in my
Yeah.
notes, apparently,
They're
because
full
Yeah.
wolf married.
I definitely knew that.
Uh-huh.
That's why
Uh-huh,
she
I don't
wants
wanna
us to
hear from
rescue
you.
him.
Sophie
Okay.
definitely knew that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was her reasoning as to why she even agreed to take the children out, was you guys agreeing to help rescue her mate.
Well then, I will correct my notes now. Thank you, DM.
You're welcome. So the night is now yours. What do y'all wish to do?
Sleep.
I would love to take a look at that book that we killed a couple guys for.
Yeah,
I mean, you're the
just
one
a
carrying
few.
I'm also
it.
curious
I
about
have
this
it,
book
I
we
assume,
have
still.
now taken.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mikael picked it up off of the body.
yep,
Well, rather, he handed it to you as he
gave it to me.
finally
And then
died.
I killed him.
Good.
As you, right before you put the axe in his head.
Look.
I'm not saying it was a
Good.
bad choice. It was a choice. That's all I'm
It was
saying.
an accurate choice.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm taking that book out. What's in it? What's the deal with this book? We don't know anything except for that it's a tome.
That is
Yeah.
correct. Go ahead and
Guidance.
roll me an Arcana check.
Thank
That
you.
Can I also roll if I'm looking over a
guidance.
shoulder?
Yeah.
Good. This is gonna be
I love it.
helpful.
Mm.
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 There are 3 more
11,
on there.
not
I love
bad.
Not bad. I wanted a 10.
Okay, I'll take it.
You do notice a subtle kind of enchantment on the book itself. Just to, it's not a dangerous enchantment by means. It is a simple enchantment. That as you go to open and look at it, you begin to actually hear what is written in the pages in the back of your mind. So I am going to grab you.
Ooh.
Okay, bye.
Okay,
No, I'm not
bye.
taking her away.
Oh.
I'm going to grab
Oh.
her
Oh.
a thing. There's going to be 2 of these.
Aw. We were thinking it was going to be secret whispers.
I thought I was going to be.
Yeah,
No,
secret
because
whispers.
realistically,
That
she
would be
could,
crazy.
he could read this out to you. There's nothing
I
preventing
can
him from
just-
reading it.
I'm not
It is
going to
just
be
simply hearing it in his
Oh
ear.
my
That's not the
god.
Yes.
Ugh.
I
Yeah.
am going to read this in
Oh,
plain
thank
text.
God.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is fancy script. That is actually a Wizards of the Coast
It's
handout.
very pretty.
is.
It's very pretty.
It's very
but
pretty. I'm not
This
reading
is one of the
that.
things. This is one of the things I was doing last night. Was getting the plain text script,
Thank
which I will
you.
link in
We
the
preach.
Discord
Oh,
to you
God.
all.
Oh.
Plain text.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Big preach to
Uh,
the DM.
Mm.
Hooray.
I'm
Praise
going to-
be.
I need to bring this over to my screen so I can read this, because it's a lot of
Yeah.
it's a wall of text.
No. No. Wall of text. No.
In my D&D?
Oh.
Oh.
I never marked this off. Oops.
Ah.
Ah.
That's right. You actually used a wild shape.
I know.
To be a
Sorry.
to go
You
from
actually
a bunny
used a
to
wild
bigger
shape
bunny.
in combat.
Yeah. I've used it once before. I
You've
was
used
a
it-
wolf.
You've used it out of combat more than you have in combat.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't cast spells if I'm a big bunny.
Fair. It's like you're muted, by the way, if you're talking to us.
All right, I was getting a voice right.
Okay, all right, I
He
don't
was
know.
working
I was
on his voice,
I was
man.
afraid you started reading it and
No.
didn't realize you were
Oh, well,
muted.
I did, but it was to get the voice in my head.
Okay.
I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. The war years and the killing years bore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took over took power over the people in the name of a just god, but with none of a god's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in Castle Ravenloft. I came here with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others. A rare beauty who was called perfection, joy, and treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth, for her joy. She spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed and the date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me. And so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not recall death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. The pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within. She had to understand the pact that I had made for her. I pursued her, and finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. 1,000 feet through the mist, no trace of her ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guard pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I'd become undead, forever. I've studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth and curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and light that I fear the most, but little else harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it will hold me for a time. With that sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I feared and hated it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I've even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes me. She taunts me. What will it take for her? What will it take to bend her to love me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hallowed castle of despair. I shall seal set the walls of the stairs so that none may disturb me. And that is where the 2 pages that you can see end.
Huh.
And now, give me a brief moment, and I will put this in the chat for you all.
Thank you, sir.
Lovely.
There are more pages in the book, but they seem to be blank right now. Nothing seems to be written on them.
Hmm.
So now we know more.
So
Well, Mikhail knows more.
Mikhail will
read
read
it.
aloud
cool.
Okay.
to the
Okay.
group.
Yeah,
I,
he'll
I,
know
I
the
was
story.
under
He's
the
speaking in his head.
assumption Mikhail already was reading aloud to the group.
Mikhail was reading aloud.
Oh,
We're sharing the information.
Yeah, I imagine Mikhail hears it all and then reads it out to
And then I
everybody.
read it out. I say, hey, listen to
It's hard,
this.
it's
Yeah.
hard to read when you have
No.
voices in the back of your head.
You know that
Yeah, that's
moment
true.
in like movies where it's like the narrator is talking about something and it cuts to the actual scene. I imagine something like that. So I will now repeat. So now we know more.
Right. So, a sword?
A sword.
The sword is interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
but we need to find it first.
well, yeah.
Don't we
And-
already have a hint?
Neither might have spoke of a sword. A faceless god awaits you at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains.
Okay. Well,
In case you need reference for where
He
you
has it in the
all are
pinned.
at.
Also, he has the treasures pinned in the Curse of Strahd chat.
Also true. Well, but I'm saying if you need a reference on the map, like if you need to be
he gives
looking
the
at the map to see, here is the map.
There we
Yeah.
go. Okay.
There are just the 2 pages. There's nothing more after that.
It is blank, which seems weird, but I don't know. It's like a magic book. Maybe one of you guys can figure
Oh,
it out better than I can.
Magic.
Yeah, like spoke
here.
in my head,
Oh,
which was weird.
that
Didn't
is
That
like
is
it.
strange.
weird.
That
Yeah,
doesn't sound very safe.
I would like to make an
It's not a
Arcana
fun-
check on the book.
Go ahead.
Please, someone with intelligence.
May I join in that Arcana check? I'm used to cursed books, sir.
You go ahead.
Thank you.
Proficiency in
Alright.
cursed books.
Well, it's your time.
Again, Zila's used to it, man.
It makes
Zila,
sense.
you, as you look at the book, Zophie, since you did roll the 10, you do notice the same magical effect that Mikhail had. Granted, he told you about it, but you do notice it yourself as well.
Yeah.
With the 25, Zila, you pick up with that there is some type of enchantment on the book that prevents it from being read. All at one time. It think of it like the Necronomicon in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. So, with this book, we should check in on it from time to time. It's preventing us from reading more right now, but it's not going to prevent us from reading the rest of it later, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Odd.
Do I get this with the 25? Do I get the sense that there's any malicious intent?
No. So nothing seems malicious about this.
Okay.
It just seems like
We gotta be
For-
patient.
yeah, for whatever reason, it won't let you read more
Gotcha.
than a few pages at a time.
If it helps me, Kale, nothing. It doesn't seem like it's going to do anything to you just because you read it.
That's good to know.
Totally not, because the DM doesn't have more things written for it.
We don't know that, DM.
We
Shush.
didn't know that till you
We
said
wouldn't
it.
have known
We would
that.
have
Yeah.
never
No, actually, I
known.
have more written.
Oh.
But I tried to make it the same font as the other thing, and then I realized how terrible that font is, so I need to fix things.
Yeah, that font it's pretty. But
It is very pretty.
Hard
It
to
So I
looks
read.
either need to-
really nice. Yep.
I either need to make them the same font, but then do what I did here, where I give you guys the plain text, just so the writing kind of matches, or I need to redo that text in a new font so it all matches, because I want it to look all the same, like it's written.
Mhm.
So I need to do editing to pages.
So,
So,
what's going on with Irina? How's she taking things?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. That's a 17, sir.
Hold on. I need to see. Oh. Well,
How are you doing, Pixel?
I love it.
Oh.
oh,
every
Woo!
freaking time I want her to do something, rolls a 1.
That's Irina.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks concerned, especially with the 1. It's not hard to read the fact that she looks concerned over what she just heard.
How
knowing
about the
that
children?
she is Tatiana.
To an extent.
Well, yeah.
And the children?
The children look very confused about what they just heard.
Oh. Don't worry about
Because
that.
they all sat down when you started reading like it was a story time.
Oh no.
I-
Well,
no!
Oh, wow.
listen,
Oh.
these kids have seen plenty of stuff
Yes.
and they're fine.
You three, how old are you?
You see them start to like put up their hands, start like counting, like trying to do math. And the only one who has talked to you guys at all, 10.
I might not be the
And they all look
greatest-
roughly the same age.
I might not be the greatest at reading one of these, but I know someone in our group who is very good at telling stories. Would you guys like to hear a story from our land being read by Mikhail?
All kind of look to each other and then look back very confused at what you mean. What? Your world?
Zila will pull out the third book that Sophie ignored, and it is a children's story book. And we'll go and hand it off to Mikhail. Perhaps this would be better suited for them. Maybe they will fall asleep.
Okay.
And then walk back. And it's just a normal storybook.
See, it was boring. Told you.
Mikhail, if you want to tell story, if you want to read the story.
He will. He looks distinctly
Yes.
panicked at like being the one in charge of the children, but will attempt it.
You're
Go
better
ahead
at
and
telling
give me
stories.
give me the give me the advantages and the performance that you have for telling stories.
My storytelling, it's a special skill that I have built in.
Harrigan goes and
Hey,
sits
look at that.
right by the children listening to this story.
He gets into the book and chills out.
I mean, I'm already
Yeah.
over here, so it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, with an 18, you begin to work your way through your nerves pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And begin to tell the children a story and read it out of the storybook.
A tale.
As you continue to read, you do start to notice that the children do start to kind of nod off. Until eventually, by the time you are done, the three of them are all kind of asleep, laying on top, like over on each other.
That's good.
There. Now we can talk a little bit more about more important things without distressing them, perhaps. They've been through a lot as it is.
I like
Didn't
that
mean to
story,
put
by
you-
the way.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot. It's just you're better at telling stories.
Oh, no, it was a good idea. Just, I don't know. They've already been through it. Listen, what the hell are we doing?
Zila will put her hand out to take the book back.
Oh, yes, of course. Apologies.
That is
okay.
a good question.
Well, aren't we on our way to Kresk?
Well, we have
Risk,
to
but then-
help that person. Yeah.
We don't exactly have a lead on him. It's just, at this point, looking out for him, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, also,
We
we don't
should
want
do
to
it.
take these kids with us looking for this man.
No, we're taking the kids to Kresk, which is where
The
they're
kids
from.
go
We're
to
close
Kresk,
enough,
Yes.
and then they can, we can find people to their families, maybe, or people who can find their families.
Look, I
Um,
believe if we had more people who are used to trying to track down and hunt monsters, it will give us a higher chance of getting this done quickly if we do this.
It's a pretty good idea.
Just out of curiosity, how long have these children possibly been away from their homes?
Any ideas, Steve?
I
My
would say,
inclination
seeing as
is
they haven't been
not
converted,
very
it
long.
hasn't been more than a few
Yeah.
months at most.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe a couple of months at the most. They haven't been bitten, so
Okay.
they're not really. They haven't been bitten. They can go back. It'll be okay,
Well,
probably.
I mean, mm,
Well, it's good that we got them out of there as it is.
Okay.
I just see Joey throw his cat behind him.
I did not throw her. She was getting very clawy, so I grabbed her by the scruff and picked her
Look,
up by her
sometimes you
butt and sat her
gotta.
down, okay?
It's a
I know.
gentle yeeting.
Yeah.
I know, but it was just really funny to see him very
That's very
frustrated
good.
just plop the cat behind him. All right, sorry.
All right.
Continue.
Very good.
Okay.
Yep.
So we go to Kresk. We get rid of the kids in a gentle fashion. Rosta, you said monster hunters. Do you want to go to the wizard's tower and find?
I do. I want to go back and try to find out what they're doing, and maybe they can
Yeah.
help us.
I mean, they've been very helpful.
Where is the wizard's tower?
Do I know where the wizard's tower is?
You would probably know.
That one
just
I'm willing
because
to
this is your old
say
territory.
50-50. Yeah.
But go ahead and roll. It's not gonna be hard, but go ahead and roll me just a intelligence
Sure.
or history. I guess.
Sure. 9.
You know it's somewhere around the lake Berentalk.
Sure. It's around the lake somewhere. I don't know exactly.
Maybe in Kresk we
Not
could
far.
ask for somebody who knows more.
Yeah.
Well,
Point is, it's close. So maybe that's a good idea. If we go to that first.
sure.
After Kresk. Is what I meant by first.
Sounds like a plan as any to me.
Ooh. Look at us having direction.
At least for now.
And something.
It is something.
All right. As you guys are all sitting around, sleep starts to take you. Are you keeping watch?
Yes?
Why wouldn't we?
Now we're just
Yeah.
It'd be silly for us not to.
Well, thematically, y'all could just be exhausted and fall asleep. That's an option.
Crazy.
That's
We're
an
so
option?
still in
Nah,
wolf
nah.
territory.
It's an option. I didn't say it's
That
a
is
good
a
You know-
Things are
option,
options.
but it is an
Us-
option.
Hmm.
Who's taking first watch?
We can
I mean, wolves
certainly
always
try.
howl before they come, so
Yeah, always.
Oh, do they
Always.
now?
And it's just werewolves that we have to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What? No.
There's nothing else
Anyways,
bad
who's
here.
taking first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Who's joining the Harrigan on first watch?
I guess I'll volunteer.
All
Oh.
right.
I really want a short rest.
Didn't we already have a short rest?
I don't care. I want another one.
I mean, I would be down for another short rest before a long rest, but
That's not how that
Look,
works.
the
That's not really
not warlock wants her side points on short rests.
shocking.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Weird.
Anyways,
Mm.
so Harrigan and Zoph.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we do our rolls first?
Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll
Don't forget-
perception.
Don't
Perception.
forget your hearth thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of forgetting about how that works off the top of my head. Is that just a flat plus?
All right. Can you link it?
abilities?
It's like a
Yep,
+5.
working on it. There we are. Chat. Plus 5.
Ah,
Look
okay.
at me
So
know
I have
my
a
stuff.
I have a dirty 20 then. That's better.
28.
Okay.
Plus, light obscured and all that. Always
Mhm.
helpful.
Yep.
Yup. Nothing around us, DM?
Nothing so far.
Okay. Well then. Hey, Sophie,
Yeah.
do you think we should do something for the children, like a camouflage or something, in case we have to fight more werewolves or something?
I mean, please tell me, how exactly would you camouflage 3 children?
Bushes?
Okay.
Look.
I think if we get into a fight, they will just hide while we take care of everything.
Yeah.
Also, if something's coming after us, if the wolves. I'm sorry. If the
Oh, you're
werewolves
okay.
come after us, I don't think they're gonna want to hurt the children. If something else comes after us, well, that's a different story.
Terribly worried about them hurting the children. I mean, there's the chance they decide to eat the children, but I'd be more concerned if they just wanted to steal them back.
No. I think the only one that would want to eat the children. And Zophie just kind of starts looking over at Zila.
You think your sister would eat the children?
The hag, you idiot.
Oh.
You play a wisdom caster, sir. Your insight's supposed to be
I-
a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it was funny.
I
What is my insight? Oh, I would have known.
I'm just gonna, for my own sake, this is a self roll, just because I feel I have advantage because I know Zila. Cool.
Oh.
Do you, Harrigan, do you know how hags reproduce?
I'm not really sure. I guess that's something that's never really crossed my mind. How the fuck a hag reproduces?
Right. Well, thank God the children are asleep. To my knowledge, well, they eat children. And that's how they reproduce. When a person or someone goes into the stomach of a hag, they don't get, unless they want, they don't get digested. They change. So I'd be more concerned about them right now than the werewolves.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That sounds awful.
Yeah. Anyways.
I get the feeling it's kind of a stupid question, but
Uh-huh.
Zila wasn't ever eaten by the hag. Right?
Not to my knowledge, no. I also don't know if it's all types of hags that reproduce that way. Just the more common ones. As common as a hag is.
Well, I certainly can't recall a time I've ever run into a hag outside of this place.
There's plenty of stories and books, and stories always have truth hidden underneath.
It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Children's stories sometimes hide darker meanings, darker realities that we keep away from them. So,
I feel that must go double for this land.
yeah. So, really glad nobody got turned into a werewolf back there.
Yeah.
No offense, Mikhail. But, I don't really want to know what a were slime would look like.
Yeah. Lycanthropy wouldn't look good on any of us, really.
Now, especially, well, could you even get it? Since you're already, you know...
I wasn't going to take that chance.
Yeah,
That's-
I noticed you, were a lot more careful this fight.
Oh my god, it was so boring, but at least I kept you all safe and
I'm sorry, not getting the... Do you like getting beaten up?
like who in the right mind likes being beaten up? That wasn't the case. But
Well, I mean, a masochist, but...
that's not for me.
Okay.
No, he kind of looks off, trails, lost in thought for a second. I don't know why I'd be so bored.
No.
Normally I'd be terrified of werewolves. More so than, well, I'd imagine anyone here, but I didn't really ever get too scared. I was just longing to... Well, never mind. I
need some kind of roll from you.
Yeah, what kind of
Man,
role?
you
I
can't
feel
say the word
deception
longing,
Sure.
sir.
is an appropriate one. Where the fuck is... How do I pull up character sheet?
Double
You
click
click on
your...
your...
Yup, I
double-click your
got,
character.
thank you. It took me long enough. Which deception?
Fifth one
There it is.
down.
Oh my fucking god. Alright, well.
Hell yeah.
What were you trying to hide, sir?
What emotion are you trying to bury? Or did your eyes like look at anyone in specific?
No. What
Hmm.
emotion would it be best described as? In a sense, apathy. There's,
Okay.
I mean, okay, so you've been in a party with Harrigan long enough to know, like, for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, he would be the first one to turn around and run at the drop of a hat. But that doesn't seem like it's entirely the case anymore.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. Maybe you've just gotten a bit more used to being around werewolf. Well, werewolf.
Well, I mean, I wasn't entirely aware of the situation.
Well, none of us were at first. Until,
No,
well, he transformed.
no, no.
He seems to have control of it, though.
Now I've never seen any issues with him transforming.
No, but Vasilka, what the hell happened with her?
I
Oh,
still have no
hi,
idea.
Vasilka. Sorry, right, you don't sleep.
Oh,
She's just looking at the two of you. She wasn't paying any attention until you mentioned her name. Now she's looking at you very confused.
Dot dot dot.
Uh,
And you now have her attention.
right. Um,
so
right,
how are you feeling,
shit.
Vasilka?
Yeah, are you fine? You kind of, lost control right when you
Yeah.
something for her to write in.
Mm.
She has a note. She carries a notebook
Yeah.
that Zila gave her.
Mhm.
What's more so that I need to be close to read it.
Okay, now that is
Yeah,
fair.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
She will pull it out from like the little kind of satchel, almost purse-like thing that she carries it in,
You
and
lost
write
yourself
in it.
a bit earlier.
She'll write in it. She'll turn around and it says, "I'm fine."
Okay,
That's good to hear.
what happened to you earlier? Do you know? Do you remember losing control and attacking us?
She'll write back in the book. I think I'm trying. Me as the DM, trying to think of how to word this in a way that she would actually word
Mm-hmm.
this. So she'll hand the book back to you after writing. And it says, "I remember being hurt. Next I knew, all of you were looking at me."
Ah, okay. So, after you felt hurt, you you kind of lost control and attacked us.
Um, she will drop back down the book, hand it back to you, and it just says, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. Next time that happens, just next time you feel you're in pain, maybe just try and think about good things like Zila. She's done a lot for you. We're all here for you, but I know Zila sees a lot of potential in you. Try to
She-
cling to a memory or a thought. Maybe that'll help. Harrigan, you were going to say something?
No, it's not important. She cares for you. And she'll be there to help you again.
We all will.
And for the record, I'm
Yes.
sorry that you got hurt. Please try your best not to hurt us.
She will just look lost in thought.
She's thinking for herself. Good, good.
Well, whether she's thinking or not, you don't know, but she
Well-
seems to be lost in thought.
What we ascertain as
Correct.
thinking.
Correct. What you ascertain is the thinking posture is what she assumes.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or she's staring into the void. I'll take it.
Maybe this is just how she sleeps.
Well, she doesn't, but yeah.
Yeah. Well then.
Yeah. Well, that battle was rough. Thank God Mikhail was there. That could have been a lot worse for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That man was really, like, snatching you out of the air.
Yeah.
Or trying to.
Did not like that I was just out of his reach.
Yeah, you were like the bait. Just
Yeah.
floating above the fish, waiting for a bite.
Well, thank God for Mikhail, right?
True. Uh,
Anyways.
yeah. Next shift?
Okay.
Bum 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 bum.
Yep. You all move to select the next 2 or 3 people to take the next shift.
I will wake DeRosta.
I'll wake up Mikhail.
Oh, hello.
Good morning. Or
Your
good night.
Yeah. Your turn. I'm tired now.
Yeah. Time for sleep.
Yeah.
All right. You two go back to sleep. Mikael and Rosta, give me checks.
Ooh. That's exciting.
Nice.
That's even more exciting. Ooh.
Don't forget to add 5.
Yep.
I mean,
That's plus
plus
5.
Yep.
Yeah,
Currently,
26.
you do not see anything, or hear anything, or smell anything.
Oh,
None of your senses
I would say-
determine anything.
Wonderful.
Thoros is trying really hard because she's a little bit on edge from just having escaped a werewolf den, so she's really using her eyeballs to squint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Squinting. You think they'll come after us and attack us tonight?
I don't know. It's possible they're licking their wounds, so to speak. I hope so, at least.
It will give us some time to get away, at least, yeah.
Enough for us to get out of here. But I don't know. I'm definitely keeping an eye out. I wouldn't get comfortable.
Mm-mm. I have a question.
Yeah.
How did you feel having to face that fight without your werewolf side?
Oh, terrified.
I figured you'd be like scared because it's werewolves anyway, but you know.
I was already nervous about all of it. But as much as I don't like transforming, it's helpful. In a fight, it feels better, right? I'm, more focused, more, I don't know. It's easier to fight like that. So not having that was alarming, to say the least.
I would imagine.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's the limitation of I've found since I've not been entirely insane. I cannot just be the wolf all the time. So, if that's the
Well, you
trade-off,
win
I guess.
Some, you'll lose some, you know. Your
Yeah.
freedom versus being able to do that whenever you
Yeah,
want. I
you
suppose.
know, pros and cons. That's, it worked out somehow.
We all worked together, and it was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I guess that's that's the difference. I'm glad you all were there.
I think it was the right thing to do that we did not just send one person in to go try to sneak around.
Yeah, that probably would have been
I think it was
very
a
bad.
good choice for all of us to just go as a one group unit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would have. I don't think that would have ended well. So, that worked out. What do you think the Wizard's Tower is going to be like?
I am
Have it-
unsure. I
is
have
it
not
gonna be
really been in a
weird?
wizard tower before.
Me neither.
So it is going. I don't know if is it an actual tower or is it just wizardy? Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe it's like all magic. Somehow. I don't know that much about magic.
I don't know that much about that kind of magic. I have mostly read things about, religious things and other arts related to sun worship, but sure.
That's something still. Yeah. I bet that'll be weird.
I want to go see it though. I'm very curious.
I'm excited.
I think our watch is good unless
I think
you
our
have
watch
anything
is
else to
done.
say. I'm
Alright.
watching hard.
You guys.
Good watching, good watching.
And we'll wake up the next people.
I'll wake up Vasilka, who is already awake. But I'll say, hey, Vasilka.
I will awaken Zila.
Okay.
It is your turn.
All right. DM, check your message, by the way. In Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, I was like, I didn't get a message. I was expecting one. from
Yeah.
Sophie.
Ghost
Anyways.
just checks his text messages, his Discord.
Oh
Facebook,
yeah, I
everything at
know.
once,
And
yeah.
I
All the
looked
messages.
over
I
at the
do
screen and he's
because
looking.
I get people messaging me both on here and Discord, and if I access
The
Discord
Twitch
on
chat.
here,
Like, where is
it
it?
screws
Where's the
up.
message?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I
it does.
access Discord on here, it screws up the cameras.
Yep.
So I bring it up on my phone,
Yep.
and I sit here and I go, okay, is somebody gonna
Yep.
message me while they're talking? Because I never know who's gonna message what about what. So
Yep.
I sit there and I listen to the
Yeah.
conversation, and I sit here and I jot notes on my phone and see if I get any messages.
Thank you for fixing that, by the way. It was just weird.
You're fine. I thought I had gone in
Anyways.
and removed it from everybody, but apparently I missed a few.
Anyways, it's mine and Vasilka's watch, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It sure
All right,
is.
perception.
Yep.
That is a 19, sir.
Mm.
Oh.
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 Mm.
Oh.
What does Vasilka's eye see?
She rolled a nat 20. She doesn't have a bonus.
Oh. Well, she has a +5.
Nat
It's a
20 plus
25.
Yes.
5.
I understand that, but I'm saying in general, she doesn't have a bonus to her wisdom. Nothing.
Now it's Zila's turn to go in and check in on
Mhm.
Vasilka.
I totally am not jotting down notes down here of people talking to her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Really don't have a right here where I can just scribble notes on.
So,
I love that feature about this one.
how are you feeling?
She turns the book around and points to where she's wrote, I'm fine.
Oh, you had that ready already. That's
And she'll look over at Sophie / Hairgen, wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Did they talk to you tonight?
And she will nod her head, yes.
Oh, do you want to tell me what they talked about?
She will. Oh, that's interesting. How would she talk about that? Hmm. See. I'm writing this out to see how I feel about this here.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
To see.
See if it makes sense for it to come from her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Take your time.
So she'll write in her book. I was thinking for a minute. She'll write in the book, and it says, I I don't remember, but I attacked everyone.
Yeah, you were in pain, and I tried healing you, but I was really spent after that battle. It didn't seem to do much, and like I said, you were hurt. You were hurting, and it makes sense. So we all teamed together to bring you back to you. So
She will turn the book back around to the I'm sorry.
it's all right. It's we just need to look out for each other a bit more. Thanks for coming to my aid during that fight early on. That one female werewolf came after me immediately.
She will put down you're welcome. Actually, no, she wouldn't say you're welcome. She would say, let's see. I'm trying to think of like fancy things to say in place of words because she has very regal etiquette background.
Yeah.
My pleasure, I think, would be a better way of putting it instead of you're welcome. It's hard to make her sound fancier than I am because I don't know the fancy things to say instead.
You're doing good, sir. You're doing good.
She would speak in a much fancier tone because that's her background.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions or reservations about anything that's going on? We are about to go back over to Kresk.
So contrary to about the crest part, he begins writing down. I do not wish to hurt you again.
Huh.
Now,
Well,
Interesting.
interpret that how you wish.
I'm gonna do a roll. Let's see here. Let me first figure out what I'm. That is a high roll. That is a nat fucking 20 on this roll that I was doing for myself. God. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. Now there's the insight. I want to see if there's maybe a bit more to that message now, sir.
There does not appear to be, from what you can tell.
Well, we'll work on it. And if it's any consolation, no one did get hurt. You took a swing and it missed. So we'll figure out something to help you. And maybe that something has to do with just myself not being tired in a fight.
She will write. I am glad no one was hurt.
Mm-hmm. I'll do what I can to help you. I feel like I can do something to prevent damage from going to you. But I don't know if you'll be able to attack while in this shield, this form of a shield. So if I notice that you're starting to get hurt, or if there's any way you can let me know that you're getting close to that time, then maybe I can help out.
She will write in her book. That is unfortunate.
Unfortunate?
She'll put down never mind.
Okay, well now you get the insight check, sir.
Huh?
Okay, 14 insight.
Hi.
Let's.
Pepsi.
Bye, Becky.
Bye, Becky.
Bye, Becky.
Bye.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Is that
This is
another nat one?
No, it's not a nat one.
Was it a nat 20? Fuck.
No, it's not. Nope.
It's just
A
low.
dirty
It's a
one?
2.
Sounds like
It's
it
a
was
2.
It's
low
not
or
a
minus.
natural one.
It was a
dirty
2
one.
for a
It is
1.
now a
Mm.
dirty one.
It was a 4 for a
Ah.
1.
It was a 4 for a
Incredible.
1. Oh my god, that's a -3 and something.
Oof.
She doesn't have charisma.
Seems
She's
like
a
charisma,
construct.
yeah.
I mean,
that makes sense.
yeah.
That's not crazy.
She does not have charisma in her current state as a construct.
Gimme lore now, please. I think I
you
finally
s-
earned this.
You sense some. What's the word I'm looking for?
That's my
I don't wanna
hand going,
say-
gimme.
I don't want to say sadness because that's not the right emotion.
Regret?
Yeah, I was just gonna say regret, maybe. I guess that's probably the best emotion I can attribute to it. Let down.
If something's bothering you, you know you could tell me.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck. Come on, persuasion, baby.
You're trying to convince a golem
11.
to think about
11.
things. Let's see.
I'm gonna find some way to get persuasion proficiency. God damn it.
Roll better.
She would write, a part of me enjoys the fight.
part of you enjoys the fight and there's a part of you that doesn't? Or
She would. So she would write on her, write in the book. You said I would not be able to fight.
oh, I see. There's
She's
other
saying,
things I can do.
yeah.
There's other things I can do to help you out, Mrs. Helka. That's a last resort if necessary, but there's definitely other things I can do to help you.
She will write, I see.
So long as you allow me to help you.
I think how she's going to put the pen to the paper, but she's going to sit there and figure out how to say this. And she'll write something down, she'll turn around and says, as long as I am in control.
All the time. I don't want to control you, and if I have done that at any point,
She
I'm
stops
sorry.
you for a second and waves like that's not what I'm meaning. She writes down on there. She kind of makes a note next to the thing, turns back around and says, as long as I do not lose control.
Oh. Of course. I have to say, DeRosta and Harrigan and Mikhail, I don't know when Mikhail was able to start doing that, but I know the other two. Sorry, I looked down at the camera at the wrong time. Megan's smiling. I looked down at the cameras at the wrong time. I'm so sorry. Okay. Anyways, those three seem to be incredible at healing. So, we've got your back. As you have shown that you have ours as well. You did do very well today. Although that guy was kind of a bit scary, wasn't he?
She will write, yes.
I have only ever really been afraid of one thing in my life. And in that moment, I was scared of another thing from him. That doesn't happen often with me. So I can hardly imagine what it was like for everyone else. But I'm glad you're back to being yourself.
And she will write, thank you.
Perhaps these next few days, when perhaps
You cut out. There you go.
Ah! I said maybe these next few days going to Kresk will be quieter.
She will write, hopefully.
Are you nervous about going back to Kresk at all? I know it's very, very close to the Abbey, and I don't know how you feel towards the Abbey and the Abbot.
She will write no.
Okay. Good to know. I didn't want to force you to an area that may have some mixed memories for you. Kind of avoiding a certain area myself for similar reasons, so.
Okay, I think that's it, DM, unless Vasilka has something else to say.
Nope.
Alright, I'm good then.
Alrighty. Let's see. Who do you wake up for? Wait. Hold on.
That was third watch, sir.
That was third watch.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Sorry, my brain was not thinking
wakes
three.
up
I was
every-
like, wait a
Keep
second.
track. I keep track of these.
Same.
Yeah.
No, I was like, wait a second. Doesn't feel right. It's like that should be the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is.
Correct. Okay. So, you guys wake up. The next day.
Ooh.
Fully rested.
Fully rested, DM?
Yeehaw.
Fully rested?
I think he's just moving us over to the desk map.
Yeah. There we are.
No, I have a reason to be nervous about the fully rested question mark.
True.
Did somebody stay
Sorry.
awake?
Ta-da!
No,
Oh.
not for that reason.
See hacks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys wake up the next morning. Everything appears normal.
I check, but
You check your book. Nothing.
Anything? Cool.
Why does it seem like Irina has a small border of darkness around her?
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I'm more so bothered that the grid doesn't match the grid.
Yeah.
Eh.
Oh, no.
Wait, why is
I didn't see that at first. I can unsee it now.
Oh no.
Ah!
Oh. I need to fix that.
Yeah.
I will fix it by next session. I'm not gonna write it right now
Of course.
because it requires changing the map out to the non-gridded version, which is a bit of a pain to do.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
I see.
thought
I'm gonna
I
look
had
at Barovia.
Here's what I'll do. Now you can't
Set it-
see the grid.
Okay, that works.
There we go.
We're all just slightly
Alright.
Does
shifted,
the long
but it's
rest
okay.
do the thing
It's
with the
fine.
hit dice
Whatever.
recovery too? Is that a thing it's supposed to do?
Um,
Should?
should recover half hit dice on a long rest.
I think I used more than what I used for half, so I think it's accurate. I just wasn't sure if it does it automatically or not. So
Yeah, it
I
I
should.
was wondering. Okay, that's all I was wondering.
have a question for Sophie.
Oh.
Are you
Mhm.
doing the temp thing?
Yeah, because it recovered Irina's. So.
Mm.
it-
Therosis Archer Ritual, FYI.
52.
Ah,
Um.
I join in the ritual makings.
Am I doing the temp thing? Yes.
How much? Because it wiped it on this
Oh, yeah, well, when you-
sleep for me.
Yeah, when you long or
so-
short rest, it does.
Well, I'll explain in a bit. Anyways, go. How much?
You and Harrigan both get 10.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. 10.
And I'll mark off 2 uses of... 1, 2 uses.
Mikael,
Yes.
Uh-oh.
as you're preparing your spells the next morning, because that's a thing you
Yes.
have to do now
It's
as
a
a
thing
cleric.
that I do now.
Roll an arc. I don't know, religion.
I
Which
don't
one
think
do
it
I want you
matters.
to
Oh no, it does
do?
matter.
Let's
So
see.
tell me which one. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
proficiency in one of them, don't
Let's
you?
let's do
Proficiency.
religion. It would make sense that this is religion.
That's
Roll it
the
at
one that I've
advantage.
got that good proficiency in. Let's
Hey,
go.
yo, let's go.
Something to help my dummy.
Hey.
Oh!
It's a good thing I
Woohoo!
decided to give you proficiency or
Advantage.
advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very necessary. It turns out.
As you are preparing your ritual, you are sitting there going through your books and your belongings. The prayer bead and the symbol that you have,
Mhm.
you feel some type of magic coming from it. You feel like you might be able to gain some insight if you spend some time on it.
Okay.
If you attune to it.
5 minutes attuned to it. Fascinating. Yes. Great. Well, as soon as we have time, we'll do that.
Could we have time
If
while
we
we're
have
waiting
time.
right now?
That's up to you. That's up to you guys as a part.
To give me a
Mikael is
second, yeah.
technically the only one that knows this.
If you tell us, we could always stop.
Ikao's not going to delay the group while we are still so very deep in wolf territory.
Fair.
So this will be an activity for tonight, probably then.
Technically speaking, don't you have to take an hour for your spells anyways?
Yes.
I mean, sure. Do you want to do it like that, DM? I was assuming it was sort of.
If that's what you, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. It was more of, are you wanting to attune to it?
Yes. Oh, yes. Wanting to attune
Okay.
to it, yes.
I
It's just a
underst-
matter of,
it
like,
was-
you know, taking a rest or what. That, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, because this is still early in the day, so like you can very easily.
Great. Then Mikhail does that.
Okay. So I am going to give you an item.
Ooh.
Item?
Ooh, fancy. Mikael's getting an item.
An item?
Technically
For
speaking,
me?
Mikhail has had these, just wasn't aware of what they could do.
But I didn't know.
What you didn't know is that you had to be a cleric and attune to them.
Who could have
Who could have predicted that?
predicted it?
I am transferring over prayer beads to you.
Those are fucking sick, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, Lilith has them in our game.
They're very good.
Oh,
Those prayer beads.
okay. Those prayer beads.
If they're the same prayer beads, which I'm assuming, but maybe
I don't know. Depends.
it's an assumption. But
Either way, they're still
I'm
usually
not sure
pretty
where
good.
you-
oh no,
got them
these
from.
are different.
Ooh, different.
These are different prayer beads. Fascinating.
Oh, do you have the necklace of prayer beads? Is that what you guys have?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, that's the thing.
Oh,
No, this is
I
a
just
this
heard
is a
prayer
homebrew
beads, and I
item.
was like, ooh, these
Yep,
are
this
also
is a
very
homebrew
cool.
item.
Is this
Oh,
Griffin's
bro.
saddlebag?
No, it is not.
Oh.
Yeah, these are sick nasty.
This is actually from Legends of Evantris.
Ooh.
Do I have this?
You have what is listed on the sheet.
I have to say, I am
Okay.
deathly curious, but I'm sure we will see these in action soon enough.
Yeah, I need to. There's a lot of text that I'm reading.
There is,
Okay.
but there's a lot of text, but it's there for a reason because there's some mechanic that goes with it.
all different. Yeah. I see.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try and clean up some of the text
Okay.
while you're reading it because
Signature.
the way I had to copy it into here made the formatting all wonky.
You're
All right,
good.
that should be a little bit easier to read now that it's not double spaced.
Oh,
While the DM's working on the
Sure.
spacing and things like that, is Zophie there or is Zophie walking away IRL?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
once a day
I had to
is
take care of
action.
something, but I'm good now.
This is wild.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm caught making completely off guard with these.
I wasn't expecting a magic item, much less one that is so fun. I do have a question about stage 2.
Uh-huh.
For that,
Stages.
there's stages. There's different abilities. I only
So-
have first level spell
Yeah, so
slots.
this would basically be you would regain up to
up
like-
to.
almost like a ring of soaring, essentially.
So if I roll like a 6,
So if you roll
do I
the,
get
the
2 spell
would
slots
get-
back? Or up to
Yes.
3 first
yes,
level?
you would get up to
Okay.
to that level
Cool.
of spell
That's
until you can use the spell
Okay.
slot for
Yeah,
it.
you're
Otherwise you would get
crazy.
the third once you have that. I know.
cool. All right.
You could, if you want to share it with people, you're welcome to, but that is your choice.
Sounds like
I am
cleric arcane
deathly-
recovery.
I am deathly curious.
I'll share it with everyone. It's fascinating.
Okay. Oh, Ilmater. Okay.
That's my god.
Ah, I
That
see.
is- Totally did not plan to have this when she asked me what god I would recommend, and I chose Ilmater.
Honestly, I didn't even think you were gonna choose Ilmater. I thought you were gonna go for the on-nose Lathander. But...
No, this was before the campaign even. We were talking about like
Interesting.
I had
okay.
there was a cleric that like freed me from it, and I was like, okay, so what god should that cleric follow? Because that would be the one that Mikhail would.
Oh,
then.
that
And
all
I-
secrets
and we-
within 30
having-
feet is
That
gonna
just
be
said
so
Ilmater.
nice.
And I
Yeah.
had this already in mind as a potential item that could be found for a cleric.
Well,
And then when Megan had brought up the idea of having killed the cleric, I was like, well, it could be a cleric of Ilmater, which would be how that would end up in the world. And then, figuring whether Mikhail took it or another character were to take it and Mikhail gave it to them kind of thing as
Yeah.
a, part of it. But then when Megan was talking about becoming a cleric, and I was like, I would become Ilmater because that's the
Oh,
one I have. I was like,
That is huge.
all right, you get that item then.
Yo, that is so
pretty sick.
cool.
T6.
Both stages are really nice.
Yeah, man.
What the heck?
I only have 2 first level spell slots, so like automatically.
Oh, yeah.
almost, I get
It
the
basically gives her an arcane recovery.
And
of a
Yeah.
cent.
you have HP for days. 1d6 damage,
baby.
unless you
1d6
get
damage.
unlucky.
I take that when I sneeze.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cheese the system because the idea is that you're taking damage to yourself. But raw, I could just give you 6 temp.
It's once a day, isn't it? Oh yeah.
So mechanically, the way
But I-
this
Yes, that's what
actually
I'm saying,
takes
I'm-
from his health pool.
Yeah, that's also
Okay.
why I'm saying I'm
It
not
would-
gonna even try to cheese it because it would
Yeah.
go against the
It-
idea
No,
of it.
That's
Yeah.
the point of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. The idea is
That's so
basically
cool.
it's a way
You're
of
hurting-
atoning is hurting myself to gain more ability.
And that makes so
Yeah.
much sense with Ilmater too. Oh my god.
Now, I will say, you unlocked stage 2, having had it for so long. There are other
There's
stages
more.
There's
these items
more.
based on what happens in the campaign.
Ooh.
Out of curiosity, how many beads are in this prayer bead?
So it's like a standard prayer bead.
Okay.
Except instead of like beads, they're almost like they're kind of rounded on the one side, but then they come to a point on the other, which is how you inflict the pain is by gripping and piercing yourself with the point.
Ah, okay, that's smart.
So it's almost like a spiked bead necklace,
Hmm.
and that's how you hurt yourself with it. Is you puncture your hand with the spike.
interesting.
So, but it's like the standard length, and it comes and Mikael showed this to you, so that's why I can probably this is that it comes
Yeah.
to the symbol of Ilmater down on the as a pendant on it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Interesting.
Damn.
That's very cool, Megan.
Very cool.
I'm just looking
Now
at that
you're-
guidance. That guidance is gonna help us when we can't
Yeah,
see
man,
shit.
all secret- What?
Like
Anyway,
really big.
Give
news there, yeah.
lore, please. Boo.
that is. Never mind. Anyway, continue. I know too much. Continue.
Mhm.
There are places where.
I'm aware of what I gave you.
I'm also being quiet for that exact same reason.
Yeah.
I'm aware of what I gave you. Man, this would have been really nice when you're in the druids trying to find a hole in a thing.
Would have been lovely.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh huh. All right.
Interesting.
Well. Wondrous.
How are the kids when they wake up? Have they woken up?
dad
By
missed-
about this time, they are stirring from their slumber. They still look tired. And hungry.
Ah, well, do I have just the thing for everyone? And I do my daily rounds. You get one. You get one. You get one. You
Many
get
things.
yeah. I just did the counting. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, there it is. There.
Delicious.
I wish it didn't spam
Yeah,
chat
all
when I
of,
did
all
that.
of the good berries that you made in one spell are all spent right now.
Yeah, guys, oh no, I only have half of my good berries left.
Oh no.
How are the kids looking at the good berries? Because
So they eat the one. And they still look hungry. Now, mechanically, they're satiated because of how the spell works. But they still look hungry. Just physically, they look like they're very emaciated. A magical good berry isn't going to help that. While yes, it has the nourishment a person needs for a day, that's not quite as good as replacing a actual meal for these kids. And it's also going to be more than a day of good berries before it would show any sign. So they still look hungry and emaciated, but they are satisfied for the time being.
We didn't really get a good look around Kresk, but maybe there's a place that we could get them something more substantial when we get there.
It may just take some time
Yeah.
with actually eating consistently too, probably.
Yeah, it might take some time before they gain any meat back.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, are we all ready to head out?
Are we good to go?
Let's go.
Sure.
Let's go to Kresk.
All right.
All
We
right.
got several days ahead of us.
Yup. So, you guys pack up camp and begin to make your way to Kresk. Go ahead, or Mikael, roll me your survival with advantage.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Advantage.
Advantage survival.
That is a good advantage.
Yeah.
With that, you guys, if you scroll up, you'll get the map of Barovia up there somewhere. Unless you need me to relink.
It's
it.
a little ways up there, but yeah.
I'll just do it. Easy. You begin to make your way, and you get to. They're down here. Because now while you're still being cautious, with there being no werewolves around, you're not having to be as cautious. Still cautious, but they're not
Question.
actively patrolling that route like they were when you guys were heading there. Yas.
So I might have more depending on the answer to this. Are we now near, like, the shore of Lake Barentalk based on where
You're getting, yeah, you've kind of come into the clearing where you can see the shoreline. It's hard to, there's a bit of a gap there of probably a half a mile, probably about a mile or so from the edge of the woods to the shore of Lake Barentalk.
So
Okay.
we're more like, wait, how do I ping?
It's hard
Oh, it's
because
a
of
node. Like
like-
there.
you're like, yeah, you're right about like here-ish. There's a
Gotcha.
good like mile or so between the edge of the forest and the shoreline. It doesn't
Okay.
come straight out to the shore.
But is that mile pretty clear, would you say?
Yeah, I mean it's more field than anything. Sure, there's a spattering of trees, but not
Did-
like a forest density.
And Zila was informed that the Wizard's Tower was near Lake Barentalk, or was that never communicated?
I said it.
You said it? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I see this tower from where we currently are?
Roll perception because it is still misty and foggy.
Cool. Perception. 21.
Nice.
Nice. 21.
You begin to look around. You think you see it on the far side, but being that it's now dark, plus the fog and the mist, it's hard to tell exactly if it's the tower you're seeing or if it's some other structure or
Far
just
side being A, B, or C.
a B.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint exactly if that is the tower they're thinking of or if it's just a
I just see
dense
a
cluster of
structure.
trees.
I
Yeah,
see
you
some
just
sort
see-
of
you see a shape.
shadow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But being
Okay,
dark
cool.
and misty and foggy, you can't quite tell for sure.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to know what I could see once we got here.
Yep, you're good.
The last thing, are we being trailed?
Roll another perception.
17?
Not that you can tell.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Alrighty.
And we're back on this one.
Yeah. And now we readjust on the
Such
grid.
progress.
I'm gonna try to get the other map up here.
I mean, you could just do what you did initially, which was like just turn off the grid
Yeah,
or something. I don't know.
yeah.
We'll just suffer for now. Anyways.
All right. Well, is there anything you want to do at night?
While we're all setting up camp, Harrigan will speak up. Does anyone mind I go swimming in the lake for a little bit? I just kind of want to explore. Maybe find a fish. I'm kind of hungry.
That lake is about a mile away.
A mile's only 15 minutes walk.
I don't think you should go alone.
Would anyone else like some fish?
Mikhail, why don't you go with him?
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
Awesome. It's an adventure! And we start walking away.
It's a date.
Eat fish? Do they have blood?
I mean, they're living animals. They've got blood, surely.
There's
Yeah,
blood in some
but,
fish,
like,
mostly, yeah.
they're weird, right?
I don't know.
Maybe if you
It's not
guys
a lot
could
of
bring
blood,
back
but
a
it's-
few
yeah, sure.
extra.
Yeah, sure, raw
Mhm.
fish.
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll set up camp.
Zila gives Sophie a look.
I'm not writing in my notes lakeside date. I mean, anyways, we set up camp.
Zila will walk over to the kids while Mikhail and Harrigan aren't here. Did you guys enjoy the story that Mikhail told last night? There's that transdimensional cat again.
I think the kids would really like the cat.
At least you stop
For
blaming
real,
me for the
DM, you
random
should just
meowing.
gift
It
us
was
a
not
cat.
me.
You really do need to just like, give us
We
a
know
cat.
that the cat is there. That's what matters.
Party kitty.
Sorry, now I got sidetracked. You asked the kids if they like the story. Okay, sorry. I got
Yeah.
sidetracked by the cat thing, and then my brain just forgot what you asked.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Now we have Simba.
Oh man.
Kids will kind of all look toward the one that has been kind of the
Chat, please clip that
lack of a
for
better
me.
term leader of them,
Fair
and
enough.
they shake their head yes.
If you guys want to, we could have another story time tonight as well to help you go to sleep.
They will look to each other, and the one will shake their head yes again.
All right. And now we'll walk away because Zila doesn't know what to do in this kind of situation.
I could tell the
He's
story if you want me
trying.
to.
Sure, I'm terrible at telling stories.
I could try at least.
Zayla will walk over and hand you the book. And it's, to reiterate, it's the title of it is Bedtime Stories of Celestia. And walk away.
All right. We go by the fire. I tell a story.
Go ahead and roll. Was it performance, right, Mikhail?
Sure, we can do
It's a
performance.
performance?
performance. Well, yeah, it's performance, but I have like
Yeah, you have special things.
Well, that's a
special.
2.
I have double
So-
proficiency in it.
I got a +3,
Ha.
guys. I'm a charisma
As
caster.
you begin to tell the story to them, the kids slowly start to get bored and
Well.
kind of start like drawing in the ground, like drawing around in the dirt with sticks, and just completely tune you out.
Mm.
It's a 5, man.
I rolled a 2. I don't know. What
Yeah,
it's
the
Yeah.
dice just were not with
The
throw
dice,
stuff.
dice
enough.
said
in my
no.
favor.
Yeah,
Do anything.
yeah.
What's the point? Okay.
The dice
all
say
right.
no.
The roaster finishes it and just walks back over and gives it back to Zila and just goes, well, maybe not next time. Eh.
Well, maybe I should give it a shot, but we'll see what
You
happens.
might do better than me,
when-
honestly.
I'd be impressed.
I do not care for children very often, if at all, so, no.
You were reading it kind of just robotically, I suppose.
Well, normally
What's a
I read in
robot?
my head. I do not read out loud. It is not the same.
Oh.
Ignore the fact.
Oh.
Ignore the map.
Oh.
I'm fixing the map.
It's fine.
There was an earthquake.
No, when I read, it's by myself, to myself. I do not read to others. But I tried.
That's been mostly my experience through my life as well.
So, what kind of children's book is it?
It's, well, I didn't know the title of it initially, but when you open the cover, it says Bedtime Stories of Celestia. So, I imagine it's pretty common book.
Okay. If you'll allow me, I'm gonna take it and start fingering through it.
Yeah. You find stories such as Celestia's equivalent of Goldilocks and the Three Bears,
Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and Jill.
Are there any stories about werewolves?
I'm going to answer that by saying, do you think any normal children's book in our world has any werewolves?
Yes.
And the answer would be yes. Red Riding Hood would probably be the closest.
I mean, technically, yeah.
You're also forgetting about Wendell the werewolf.
I feel like you chat GPT'd that just now.
No, I googled it right now.
I've never heard of Wendell the werewolf, but sure.
Neither did I till 5 seconds ago.
Sure, there is
Nice.
a. It's not Wendell the werewolf. Well, would it be copyright infringement? Those bedtime stories are not.
Well, if that was
Whatever,
not an
you-
old one, then we don't know for sure.
Well, it's
Yeah, if it's not-
Celestia, so it would be Dulani the werewolf. Because fantasy. There's like 3 apostrophes.
Yes.
Don't ask me where.
I was just gonna say Wolbert.
Oh.
Wolbert.
Wolbert the werewolf. I don't know.
Hmm.
He's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose there is that. There's that tale.
I want to make a
But yeah,
roll.
you
but hold
find
on,
very
hold on.
common.
Ah,
Three.
perfect. Okay, cool. Can I try?
I don't see why not.
They're already bored. Might as well.
Cool. I love that I rolled a 3 on this. So, Zophie will take the book over, flip through, and find one. Okay, let's try another one. Hold on. I feel like I need to see if Zophie would realize telling the children who are about to tell just turned to werewolves a werewolf story is bad.
They didn't turn to werewolves. They were just around a bunch.
They were around a bunch of werewolves. I still want to roll insight.
That is a damn good insight.
It's not what I wanted.
Too bad.
I think that with that high of a
I think you would pick
score,
up on
Sophie
that.
would
It's
realize
probably
that it
not the good
may
idea.
just be a bad idea to
Yeah.
tell the kids who were kidnapped by werewolves a werewolf story.
Sophie thinks twice about. Give me a moment. Meanwhile, at the lakeside.
Hello,
Yeah.
So, I have an idea that I'd like to test out.
Oh, kind of an idea.
The one where I fish as a crocodile.
Okay. I bet you can do it without stomping it down on the fish too much to make them not edible for everyone else. But let's see.
Yeah.
I want to
I'll
find
see.
out though. Let's go.
All right. And in the meantime, do you have any plans to catch a fish?
I'll try.
Fair. So,
Haven't
once
net or
we-
anything. I'm
Okay.
just gonna jump in and see what
I
happens.
was gonna say, how are you planning to do this, Mikael?
No plans.
I would remind you, you technically have a spear. You could go spear fishing.
I guess. Sure.
You have a silver-tipped spear.
Oh, really?
I've also got a
Any
light
vampire
crossbow
fish
if
or
you'd like
undead
to
fish?
shoot them.
I
No,
I
true.
don't know if it's not shooting fish in a barrel. It would be shooting fish in a lake.
Yeah, that
That
might be a
seems
little
different.
difficult. Yeah.
I'll try the spear. Let's see what happens. Right.
So, once we get to the water,
Get to the lake.
yeah. I transform into a crocodile.
Incredible. Absolutely great. Mikhail's gonna take his shirt off and run and jump in.
Okay then.
I should have followed them. I made a
Obviously,
mistake.
you should have.
You should have, but
Go to a lake.
you didn't.
Oh.
All right. So,
Use your imagination, Sophie.
are you?
It's gonna be worse however she imagines it, so we might as
Oh
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. When I'm in the water, I'd like to like look around, find a school of fish, swim around them so they're in between Mikael and I, and I'm just gonna like try and like corral them.
Trying to herd
Yeah.
the fish towards me with the spear.
Yeah. I could take little
Incredible.
pot bites at them.
Yeah. You snap a little couple.
You
Get a
have a
little
swim
snack.
speed.
I do. What is my swim speed? I should check that.
Presumably pretty good.
I think it's 50.
It's a crocodile. I'd imagine
Yeah.
it's like 20.
I can
I think it's 50.
Crocodile. 5e.
I'm just trying to think of how I
It's
want
a
to do
30-foot
this
swim.
mechanically.
Classic.
Let's see. So are you just trying to
Okay.
catch them in bare hands, Mikael?
I took the spear.
Your spear's
I'm
a spear.
spear
Okay.
fishing, attempting.
Okay.
I don't.
And he's trying to herd them to you.
Yeah.
Take some bites every once in a while.
So I'm going to say, Joey, roll an animal handling check.
Okay.
Because it's weird because you're an animal.
But you're
With
also
advantage,
handling.
I was gonna
them.
say with advantage because you're
Oh.
taking bites of them.
Okay.
Okay. Now, also roll me. Actually, I'm going to roll this. I need you to tell me a high or low.
Me? Mm.
Yes.
Well, we're under the water. Low.
So,
Ooh.
as you are corralling them, and you're doing a decent job, you do snip a couple with some bites, and the scent of the blood makes you want to eat them.
Didn't even think about
And
that.
so, Mikael, go ahead and roll. I'll come back to that. Mikael, go ahead and roll me a. Let's see. What should this check be? What's a good check for this? Hmm. Let's see. You're trying to spearfish.
Like a good athletics roll to me.
Okay. I'm gonna do 2 rolls. One, roll me first a nature check
Sure.
to see if you can ascertain the best way to go about this.
Hey.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Okay.
All right.
Now roll the athletics to see how well you actually do.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Well,
Okay. That works perfectly though in combination with Joey's
It's very
thing.
good.
So, Mikael, you see him dive beneath the surface and go swimming out. Periodically you see him kind of come up above the water and go back down, and as he's trying to corral what fish are in this lake. Mikael, as you begin to see quite a bit of disturbance on the surface, just from a massive kind of school of fish coming towards you. You're like, okay, I know where to do this. I'm gonna do this. You go to stab through, and you hit a couple, and you pull out, and just as you're lifting the spear out, you just see Harrigan almost come up and surface from the water and just go back down on top of the school of fish in like a death roll spiral down onto these fish. And suddenly the area around you is just full of bloody water from the fish. Peregrine,
Yeah.
roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna go
Constitution.
perfectly. Hey.
All right.
Okay.
You resist the urge to continue trying to fight, and you fight the urge in yourself to continue trying to attack anything moving in this pool of blood that you have created. And you kind of come back to your senses. Still a crocodile, but you come back to your senses after taking out all but about 3 that Mikael caught of the school of fish that you have mercilessly murdered in her bloody rage.
All right, let me paint the scene real quick. So you just see the alligator or crocodile, my bad, going apeshit on the school of fish. Blood just everywhere on this
Yeah.
point. Everything settles down, the water's calm, and you just see a crocodile's head just kind of poke out of the surface looking at you.
Goes, look, 3 whole fish.
Hey, wait. He just kind of like shakes his head.
Mikael having
Anyone
no
thinking
idea
the-
how close he was to getting into a fight with the crocodile.
That was on purpose, probably.
a vampire crocodile. I didn't even think about that. Oops. Uh, well, at least I'm not hungry anymore.
That's true.
Yeah,
You are
and I got the fish for
satiated
the
as
cat.
far
This
as
is
blood
perfect.
goes.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now, to be fair, these are not like little bluegill. These are decent sized like bass. They're pretty decent sized fish. They're not tiny little things. So
Right.
Okay.
it's not like you caught like 3 little sunfish that are this big.
Little.
You got some decent sized fish.
Even
3
better.
fish is
I got
3
three
fish is enough
goldfish.
that like you all can have at least a decent bit
Well.
of food off it. It's not gonna satisfy anybody necessarily, but it's
We
gonna
have
be enough to
other
be like, hey,
food.
we get something different tonight.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's interesting.
Exactly.
I'll quickly drop the alligator form real quick. And well, Mikhail, I mean 3's not bad. And
Hey.
I'm a little scared to continue.
Okay. Are you good? Are you?
Yeah, I'm very full now.
Oh, good. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
that was the main point of this.
Yeah. And we
Honestly, I
got
didn't know that I'd catch any. I've never tried it before.
Oh, well, I mean it worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah. Look at that.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I just killed an entire species doing that. But anyway,
Oh, it's a big lake.
true.
All right. So you guys can begin to kind of make your way back to the shore. We go back to the camp.
Hmm.
What is now happening at the camp? That took place in about the same amount of time that you guys took place the first set of things.
Zophie
So is
was
there
about
anything
to read
as-
to children.
Uh-huh.
Right. So we have this is a Rovian classic.
It's from Celestia, Zophie.
Shh, the book is closed.
Okay.
Oh no,
Oh.
I'm scared.
In a land of magic, brave and bold, where stories of adventures are often told, lies the dark land of, it's not night yet, but Barovia's night, ruled by Strahd, a fearsome sight. Ooh. With sword and spell, our heroes fight through gesturing around them, haunted woods and endless night. We canonically know he's a vampire now, right?
You read it. You read him
He
call
said it,
himself
yeah.
a vampire.
Cool. A vampire's curse. They must kill, dispel, I don't know, dispel rhymes, but we haven't really. In the castles where shadows dwell, they seek the sun to end the gloom. In misty valleys where dangers loom. Through crypts and caves they find their way to bring back light and save the day and make it so there is day here. So gather close and hear the tale of daring deeds that will definitely prevail. In Barovia where darkness hides, our heroes stand, most of the time, with hope as guides. And how many of them are? Oh, hey, look at that.
Nice.
Look at that performance. Holy
Wow.
crap.
Look at
Yeah.
you.
So they're all like enthralled by your story, but the one looks at you and goes, "What's a vampire?"
Right. So, they're they have Zofia will like change her mouth because we can change her shape and open her mouth and have like fangs in her mouth. They look like they have these. If you ever see them, you should run away.
I need you to. I realize this isn't your intention. I
Oh,
need you to
God.
roll an intimidation check.
Ah,
I realize that's not your intention, but you just changed the literal shape of your body in front of children.
cool.
Even if it's just your mouth.
Cool.
Okay, you did not manage to scare them completely. They are taking it like they're shocked, like like scared, but they did not run in terror.
Right. You're not used to me. I don't have them. I just I can change my form. I don't know if you children have noticed, but I'm green.
I mean, so
Anyway,
look at you like, like they're kids, they're innocent, they don't know.
Zilla will
But the fact that you
follow
changed your mouth in
closely.
front of them, is
I imagine I
weird.
had to be over there to tell the story. I just never moved myself.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I'm glad you liked it. See you later.
Are you guys curious about what we are?
They all look toward each other and look back at you. I would say a mix of confused and curiosity. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confused curiosity is a good way. It's about the only way I can really describe it.
Confused-ocity.
Sure, we'll go with that.
So, Zophie and I are what's called plasmoids. We can change our shape, but we prefer the way we're looking right now to you because it's a bit more approachable.
One of the more shy ones kind of walks up to you and goes, Can I poke you?
Zila's used to this now. This is the third time a child has asked. And I'm guessing this kid is small. Short.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're only
Yeah.
10 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not that tall.
Zila will kneel down and put out her hand and, like she has done with other kids, kind of take away the hand part and just kind of make it look like a normal blob. Go ahead.
Okay. This is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna do this. Okay. So they kind of reach out and just kind of poke you, and they're like, poke. The kid's actually quite strong for being a child.
Concerned.
Zila is not grimacing at all. It's just
No, they're not like it. They're not like poking you strength wise. Like you can just tell that like these kids actually have, like, despite being 10, they have some muscle on them, which
Yeah.
you saw what they were put through. So that's not
Yeah.
necessarily surprising
No.
that for 10 years old, they're stronger than an average 10-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also still kind of feel their scrawniness as well at the same
Mhm.
time. It's a weird juxtaposition of being able to feel kind of the boniness of their hand, but
Mhm.
also feeling the strength behind the hand.
Yeah.
No,
See?
they didn't. I rolled a strength check for them just to see how strong they would seem.
Gotcha. See, it's a little. You were saying, Ghost?
I was gonna say, funny enough, they have, despite being a child, they have the strength of an adult. They're
Interesting.
strong children.
Roll, children.
But again, they were forced to train and
Yeah.
strengthen. So it's not weird that they would have a high strength.
Yeah.
But it's just really funny that they have the same strength score as an adult.
And
Yeah.
that is kind of funny.
See? A little bit weird, but we're nice. At least I'd like to think so.
And they'll kind of shake their head and they'll go back to the other ones and then they'll kind of like whisper among themselves and like pointing to their finger and like describing what you feel like.
Children things.
Zelo,
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Children finding something fun to poke, and they essentially got to poke at it like you would a stick, except
Yeah.
now it's like, oh, I got to touch it. Now I'm gonna go tell everybody what it feels like. Like it's just excited children.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
So, and about that time is when Mikael and Harrigan would get back to the camp.
what did you say?
Both of
Zelfie?
them soaking wet.
Oh,
Hey, look at this! We caught fish.
Fish.
Yeah.
Hey.
you're not sure why,
Wow, look at you.
but you feel like you see the most disappointed look on Zophie's face.
All right. Is there anything else you all wish to do?
I think I'm good.
All right.
We cooked
Maybe
the
you should
fish
cook
and
up those
divvy them
fish and
out.
Cook
give
and
it
eat
to
the
Sure.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
outside of just general winding down, eating the fish, getting the kids to bed and, kind of getting to bed yourselves and such. I should
For the
say,
DM
outside
to
of
know-
that.
For the DM to note, Zela will pass on her portion of fish.
Okay. I'm assuming you meant to the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut.
Okay, you cut out there at the very end, but I assumed you meant children.
God damn it.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point in the night, how late are we looking to go here? It is already 10:30 our time, 11:30 Eastern.
I can do like a half an hour at most. If
So we can do our rest and then call it, maybe?
that should be
I was
fine.
thinking either we do the rest and call it, or we call it here and start with the rest next time.
I don't really.
I can do either.
have- Yeah, I'm either's.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we'll go
either's
ahead and do
fine.
the rest. We'll do the rest in any RP that people want to have during the rest, and we'll
Yep.
start it the next day.
Party hardy.
So, because of this, I don't need perception checks. Nothing's going to happen. Because we're trying to get through this. But
Cool.
RP though.
Mhm.
Who's taking
People
first
want
watch?
RPs. Who's taking the 1st
I'll
watch?
take first watch.
Before I go to bed, I'll give Mikael night vision.
Ah, thank you.
Oh, actually,
Of
hold
course.
that thought.
Not that it matters. but-
I have a slight modification to Mikael I'd like to make. It not pertaining to your item.
No.
And it's not going to pertain to this. You're probably still going to cast it. When you're in your werewolf form, I am going to grant you dark vision.
Yay!
Hooray!
Yeah.
Mainly
Yay.
because when I
Hooray!
played werewolves and I couldn't see crap, I was so annoyed.
Hooray!
Trying to fight you guys in those caves and I couldn't see because werewolves don't have dark vision. I was like, this is
makes
pain.
sense.
Why don't you not have dark vision? You now get dark vision. So because of that, you get it as well.
Incredible. I'll take it.
Ta-da! When you're in werewolf form, you will have dark vision.
Hooray! I can
Now I know
see.
that probably doesn't matter at all right now, but
No, but that's nice.
in
It's a
general for future, I have decided you get dark vision as long as you are in werewolf form.
transform it. Wondrous.
Because at that point, that's when your eyes change into the canine
that
look,
wolf eyes.
and so therefore you
Cool.
get that vision.
Love it. Wonderful. Thank
At least
you.
for now.
All right, who's taking watch with me, Kale?
Why is this always a problem? Every time.
I will not willingly volunteer the NPCs, but they will go with whoever asks
I'll
them. But
do
I do
it.
not want
I
to
was with
insert
Harrigan
myself into
last
situations.
night.
Right.
I'll spend
Oh,
time
yeah.
with
Great.
Mikhail tonight for no other reason.
Obviously.
All right.
Obviously.
So first watch,
Obviously.
Zophie and Mikhail.
So you only came back with 3 fish, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With a 9 athletics
Yeah.
and
3 fish.
25 score on the
Incredible.
So-
bloodlust. It didn't
so-
get much.
So, I know like we have the berries,
Uh-huh.
but I was really hoping for more than 3 fish. Is the lake that empty?
I've never tried it before.
Oh,
It just but
I
I don't
can't.
know. Harrigan turned into a crocodile, alligator, crocodile. One of
Oh.
those. I don't know the difference. Weird big scaly thing. We don't have those here. And he herded them towards me. And I got a couple and he ate a bunch.
Oh,
So
why does that track for him
and then the
for
rest
some
swam
reason?
away. Well, like I said, I honestly haven't spearfished before. Didn't know
No,
how it would go.
I can't say I don't think I've ever fished before either.
I mean, like with a net, sure, but like with a spear like that, never. So
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I'm sure that's different.
So I was pretty happy with 3, if we're being honest.
You know what? That's fair.
Sorry I couldn't get more.
It's,
I know that's not really enough for all of us, but you know.
it's fine. I'd probably cheat with my psionics if I did it.
That would actually, you should go next time. Do you think you could like pick up a ball of water with the fish inside of it and then like move it over to the land and then
Probably.
that'd be pretty cool. Pretty easy. Probably. I don't know.
I'll try that next time.
Cool. Yeah. We'll be around the lake again soon, so you know. While we're
Yeah.
trying to find a wizard's tower, we could try that too.
Yeah, Wizard's Tower. Never been to one.
No,
It's
Me
kind of.
neither.
It sounds cliche.
Yeah. I don't know. In all the stories, wizards have towers. Do they? I guess they actually do in real life, or at least this one did.
Yeah, I mean, apparently. It just seems
knows?
like so. What's the word? Just cliche. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like
No.
why a tower? Like, then everyone knows where to find you.
I guess then everyone knows where to find you. What if you want to be found?
But I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
DM's talking to someone.
It's fine. Mikhail yawns
yes.
in character.
Okay, it looks like he's good.
All right.
Oh,
Apologies.
God.
I think we're good.
All right.
Yep.
Who y'all waking up?
I'll wake up to Rosta.
I will wake up Zila.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Your turn.
And the Rosta.
Yep. Zophie surprised me.
With what?
I didn't know that she could tell a story like that. She's been getting very creative literary wise lately.
Yeah. No, it was a good story.
I noticed that she was using the way that she writes poems to tell that story, and it worked out very well for her.
You were right. There was like a rhyme, like rhythm to it of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Although, at the end, the shifting of her form, I don't think they really...
Bad call.
Yeah, they were asleep last night before we went into our sleep form. So I don't think they knew we could do that.
But at least you were able to talk to them and make them less afraid. So that is good.
I've noticed a very consistent thing with children lately, that they don't really seem afraid of us. They are just more curious than anything. I was always led to believe that someone would see me and immediately hate me, so it's interesting.
Well, I would not think that is true even for adults either.
I'm still not sure about adults. I mean, it was a couple weeks ago, but even in the village of Barovia, there was one guy that immediately ridiculed us, so... But I suppose that could happen just about anywhere.
There are people who will be shitty to others everywhere.
That is true. So your morning ritual that you do,
Mm-hmm.
have you noticed any issues since that one day where you accidentally forgot?
Not that I can think of. I have been consistently trying to keep doing it. It all seems the same so far.
What gods do you pray to again?
It is more of the sun concept, but there are many gods that have light and sun as like their center themes. I can list them off. I forgot them right now, but I'll give you the the Rosa shares the list of the gods that she has. Yes.
Got
Yes, all 12, all dozen that I have in my necklace.
it. Would you say you worship any of them?
anyone in particular? Not really. I probably would. I probably know the most about the ones that we know more about than Celestia, I would say.
I'm just
But worship,
curious
not really.
because Mikhail is now in service to a god. I'm unfamiliar with how clerics work or how or when that first occurred. Forgive me when I say this, but I don't really put too much stock into them. But they seem to help others. Just makes me question things, you know?
Well, I mean, power comes from somewhere, and if it is from a deity, then great. But if it's from something else, like study or natural or, you know, training for physicality,
I more so question the intent. I've seen many people who asked for help, only to be ignored. So I just wonder what deems one... I don't know. Maybe it's not in my place to question.
I will say I have reached out to some of these names and, you know, beings that I have studied, deities of sorts, and they helped me, in a way. Not in the cleric study kind of way, but in a way.
I see. Well, it's good that they've helped you, at the very least. It sounds like you've had a rough life, to a point.
Rough, but many lessons learned, I would say.
I just find it interesting. Sorry for all the questions. It just...
No, not a problem.
Do you have any questions for me? I kind of did a hard transition to questioning you.
My only question is, when are we going to go take care of the hags?
We're not strong enough. I'm not strong enough.
Well, when you
So-
figure it out, when we are ready to go, just let me know. We'll all go for it.
I prefer us not to discuss it either. Discussing it just makes me nervous.
Yeah, this is your
But-
thing. If you feel you do this when you are ready.
Yeah. When I'm ready. Zila will, like, nervously shuffle in her seat.
I go back to watching.
And that'll be it, DM.
Alrighty. Who's up next?
Well, I assume we wake up Harrigan, and let's have Irina have a watch.
I agree.
Alrighty.
Oh, shoot. Oh, is it my time already? Oh.
Have a good watch, you two.
Mm.
And boop, go to sleep.
I'm going to sleep.
Alrighty.
Oh. Irina, how are you doing?
Well, about as good as I think I can be, considering I just found out that Strahd's been apparently chasing me through multiple lifetimes, which sounds crazy.
Oh.
My father's dead. My brother is doing who knows what. We went to Strahd's castle and had dinner with him and his wives. We got attacked by werewolves. We killed werewolves. Zila nearly died to the werewolves. You died to a hag.
Yeah.
Sophie died to a hag. I'm doing great.
Certainly more exciting than your life as a burgomaster's daughter, eh?
That is one way to put it, sure.
Hmm.
Probably the nicer way to put it.
Well,
This is not what I anticipated happening when I agreed to let you guys escort me to Valaki.
yeah, that plan kind of fell through in the end, didn't it?
Just a little bit.
Oh,
Also, I realize that this sword of mine is not very useful. It's more show
yeah,
than anything.
yeah,
Should
yeah.
probably buy a new one. I don't know where, but I should probably buy one.
Well, we'll look in the town that we next arrive at. I'm I'm not sure if that's Valaki off the top of my head, but we'll figure that out.
I think we're going to Krez next.
Oh yes, I believe you're right.
I don't know if there's a blacksmith there. We'll have to look.
Hmm. As my eyes drift around, they settle on Vasilka. Oh, don't forget, you're also traveling with a undead recreation of yourself.
She looks over at Vasilka,
Jesus.
who is just staring off into the void as usual. I didn't think of it that way until you said that, and now you are right, that is kind of creepy.
Sorry. At least she's nice.
That's true.
Hmm.
It's also not very talkative.
Yeah, yeah. I have to wonder, why is it you're still with us? I mean, surely you could say, I've had enough after witnessing either myself or uh, Sophie die. You could have said you've had enough after seeing all the carnage and corpses we leave behind, or all of the dangerous monsters that have invaded our space. But you stick around. Why?
Well, honestly, it is for that reason, because if I was not here, I would have to do things on my own. And seeing as how useful I have been so far here, I think I'm better here than I am on my own.
Maybe that's true. I'm sure that at some point throughout this, you'll find your stride in battle.
Perhaps.
Someday.
I really should practice more.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not much help. I can't. I'm not very much of a martial person.
Yet you constantly hit people with a stick.
Speak softly and carry a big stick. What can I say?
You
It's
speak softly.
What I mean to say is, things get hairy. And, yeah, it's probably mostly my fault that it gets hairy, but,
Well, so far nothing completely irreversible has happened, so
I don't
there's
know
that at
about
least.
that. I mean, I've turned into it. I look over at the children. Are they asleep?
Yes, the children are sound asleep at this point.
Okay. I mean, I've turned into a vampire. God, what else has happened?
But you are alive.
Yeah, I suppose.
So we solved the death.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose I prefer this alternative than death. Although lately I've started wondering if it's affecting me more than physically. I mean, sure, I can hold my breath for an indefinite amount of time now. I can walk on walls and ceilings. I have the fangs. I can do all this sort of stuff. But I feel like slowly it's changing me.
What do you mean?
Well, first of all, when's the last time you've ever seen me actually take a fight seriously enough to stay out of harm's way?
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Exactly. And true, it is a little bit different because it was Mikhail's sort of home that we were invading, and it's a very, I imagine, stressful situation for him. I just didn't want to cause him much harm in that sense, but there were so many times I could have just dropped from the ceiling, plunging a sickle into a werewolf's back or something. And the urge was there. But I didn't. Hell, I went as far as trying to burrow under the ground to stay out of harm's way and still provide support.
I believe that's called strategy. I don't think that is necessarily a change for the bad. You make it sound like you are changing for the bad. I don't think that is a change for the bad.
Well, I mean, it's not a very shocking change, but if I'm to be honest with you, the three fish that we brought could have been much more if not for the fact that I almost entirely lost control biting into a couple of them, and then the rest of them. And then I had feared for Mikael and managed to stop myself. But lords, I was in the form of a crocodile. Could you imagine Mikael being suffocated under the water because I was a hungry crocodile?
No, honestly, I cannot imagine that happening.
Yeah. And
No.
yeah,
Mikhail is quite strong. I don't see that happening very easily.
not very easily, but I mean the fact that the risk was there. I don't know. And I don't simply put, I don't want to hurt any of you. At this point, looking around at the party, I feel like any of us could go nuclear at any point. Well, maybe not the Rosta. She seems to be most sane amongst us.
Frankly, I don't think any in here is sane.
Hmm.
Honestly, I think Vasilka might be the most sane of us. She can't talk.
I mean, and nothing against her. She did attack us.
True. But she didn't hit anybody.
Hmm. All I'm saying is, between me attacking Mikhail as a vampire crocodile and being hit by Vasilka, I feel like Vasilka would do a lot more damage.
Possibly. But I also feel like it might be. I don't know, actually. I
I
mean,
hope we never
I've
find
seen
out.
her punch through people, so yeah, it probably does quite a bit.
Yeah, a fist-sized hole in the middle of a corpse is,
It's quite shocking, actually.
it is. You wouldn't expect a girl of that frame to be able to do that.
No, it's really actually it's quite surround how kind of slim a figure she is, and yet you can punch right through a person.
Yeah.
A terrifying thought.
Mm. Maybe we can get you strong enough to do that. We should start having group workouts or something.
I guess if that would work. I don't know if I necessarily want to punch through a person, but I suppose
Hmm.
getting stronger probably wouldn't hurt.
Aye, makes sense. Mm. My, is that the sun already?
Yes, and with that, the sun rises to a daytime map that doesn't have a grid.
Hey!
Hey! Huzzah! Long rest. Woo!
He didn't do anything, so.
I know.
Yeah.
Long rest. Woo!
Yeah.
But some people get health points back or hit die back because of not spending so many of them. So
I also get my good berries back.
And your wild
Yeah.
shape.
Oh, true.
And the wild shape.
all right, this is where we will bring the session to a close.
Yes.
G.
Good night, gamers.
Oh. Good night. Okay, bye.
I'm tired. I gotta get up
Okay.
early.
You're not gonna chill with us. Fine. God.
No,
bye.
I-
Jeez.
At the very least, I gotta send my read out real quick.
There
It's
it is.
Thursday,
I'm
not
gonna send mine
Friday.
out to.
Well, thank you for coming out. Appreciate it, as always. So, thank you for stopping by. It was a very tame session. Lots of roleplay, but thanks for hanging out, Celtic. Oh, Celtic, by the way, you were curious what you said yes to earlier, right? You're probably still wondering what you said yes to earlier when I asked you yes or no. Yeah, that was me resubscribing to WoW. Have a good night. Bye. Oh, we're level 7. Also, Crumbs, the art you did for Celtic was super cute. Have a good night. Bye.